Welcome to Off the Grid, a podcast for small business owners who want to leave social media without losing all their clients.
Let's go off the grid. Okay. Let's go off the grid. Okay. I know that you really want to put your phone away. Yeah. Let's go off the grid.
Hello and welcome to Off the Grid, a podcast about leaving social media for artists, writers, healers, teachers, dreamers, and the small business owners among us. I'm your host, Amelia Fruby, and this month I published a brand new book called Your Attention is Sacred Except on Social Media. And as a part of my book launch, I am hosting the first ever Off the Grid retreat live on Zoom November 5th, 6th, and 7th. The only way to come to the retreat is to buy a book bundle, which includes all the versions of the book and some very fun bonuses and a free retreat ticket. That bundle will go away on Monday, November 3rd. So I really want to invite you to head to the show notes or go to yourattentionissacred.com to check out the book, buy yourself a copy, pick up the bundle so you can come to the retreat and hang out. And as thanks for you doing that, and in celebration of the book and the many years of making this podcast that it took to write that book, I wanted to share a few bonus mini episodes this month. So there will be a few Friday releases on the feed, including this one, where I am going back or pulling forward or pulling through or re-embracing or reinventing my list of 100 ways to share your work and a life off social media. When I was preparing to leave Instagram in 2021, I felt a lot of fear. It was a scary decision for me because I had been selling books and courses and building my platform on Instagram, and I truly felt like, oh shit, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep spreading the word about my work? How am I going to keep up with my friends? How am I going to keep telling people about the things that I'm doing if I'm not on social media? And I know many people have this question when they think about stepping back or away from social media. People also have this question when they've already left social media and then they're like, oh, but now what? So no matter your relationship to social media, if you're curious about how else you might share your work and your life, this list is for you. And when I wrote this list, something I realized is that part of my fear around leaving social media was that I believed social media was the one and only answer for talking to my friends, sharing my book, getting the word out, sharing my politics, and so much more. Like, I just thought social media was the one thing I should be doing or the one place I needed to be. So when I wanted to leave, at first, I looked around for another one place or one thing that would solve all my problems. And then I realized that the one thingness perhaps was the problem. And so instead of coming up with one solution to what I was going to do off of social media, I wrote this list of 100 things I could do off of social media. This list really was a practice in possibility modeling, and it was the seed that started this podcast and eventually led to my book. So when I finished the book, I wrote the 3 chapters that make up the argument and the practices. And at the end, I was like, I think I should put the 100 ways list in the book. That feels like the sort of one more piece that people might want to take away from this. So at the very end of Your Attention is Sacred Except on Social Media, you will find an updated version of my list of 100 ways to share your work and life off social media. And it's still wild to me to think that this list that I made out of fear, quite honestly, has now become one of the most resonant things I've ever created. It has been linked to by some of the coolest people I know on the internet. It has been viewed over 20,000 times on my website. You can get it totally for free in the Leaving Social Media Toolkit at offthegrid.fun/toolkit, and you can find it at the end of the book. So, in this episode, I want to read you the list of 100 ways to share your work and life off social media. And I want to invite you to just listen to the list. Let it wash over you and just notice which items grab your attention today. What stands out? What feels good? I am always insistent that this is not a to-do list. It's more like a dessert cart where someone has rolled all of the delicious things up to the table and now you're going to choose what you want. And maybe what you want is just one of these things. You listen to the whole list and you're like, yep, that one. Or maybe you look at the dessert cart and you're like, one of each, please. And so you pick 10 things off the list and you dive in to new sharing practices for this season and beyond. Either way, I hope that this list can inspire you in your journey divesting from social media, however you choose to do that. Let's dive in, shall we, to my list of 100 ways to share your work and life without social media. Start an email newsletter. Send a postcard. Call your friends and family. Create or update your website. Start a blog. Put up a flyer at a local coffee shop. Join a Discord server. Launch a podcast. Make stickers and stick them all over town. Find your local community college and see what continuing education courses or networking meetups they host. Take a workshop and tell people what you do when you introduce yourself. Join a pen pal exchange. Sign up to write letters to someone who's incarcerated. Make a zine. Host a workshop at a favorite local or virtual spot. Try out a community app. Ship a care package. Put a sign in your window. Put a sign in your yard. Volunteer your expertise to a nonprofit or mutual aid project. Write a fan letter or email to your favorite artist, author, podcaster, or local government official. Invite someone for coffee, virtual or in person. Learn about and implement SEO or search engine optimization so people actually find your website. Pitch an article about your work to a journalist or publication. Set up a calendar link so people can easily book time to chat with you. Write a book. Host a book club. Make a playlist. Set up a group text. Let your alumni association know what you've been up to. Place an ad on a radio station. Place an ad in a magazine. Place an ad on a billboard. Write an op-ed for the local newspaper. Create your own newspaper and put it in free little libraries around town. Ask a local business if you can put up a flyer or leave business cards by their register. See what's happening at your local library or rec center and show up for a community gathering. Host your own online community on a platform like Mighty Networks. Schedule a weekly friend date or open office hours for virtual or IRL time together. Write an essay for an online or print publication. Pitch yourself as a guest for a podcast. Ask a friend to share your work with their community. Collaborate with a friend or colleague on an event or offering. Leave reviews for businesses, podcasts, and books you love. Ask customers, clients, or admirers to leave you reviews. Create a yearbook or annual report. Develop an app. Create a magazine. Host a webinar. Stand outside and shout to the sky. Okay, that was the first 50. Shall we take a deep breath together? I hope that maybe one of those has stood out to you so far. Now let's hear the second half of the list. Rent a booth at a local craft fair, business fair, farmer's market, or trade show. Create or update your business cards. Join a local co-working space. Make bumper stickers, make graphic tees, make fanny packs. Ask everyone you know to tell one other person about your work. Send holiday cards. Make some funny memes. Hang out on a live streaming platform like Twitch. Read or write fan fiction for your favorite series. Hang out at a local coffee shop or bookstore, bakery, or bar, and befriend the babes who work there. Send Valentines. Host a fundraiser for a favorite local organization. Start a free little library, pantry, or love fridge with your neighbors. Share some of your photos, sounds, or words with a Creative Commons license for free use by others. Go to a virtual conference and actively participate. Put up flyers on the street corners around where you live. Practice telling people who you are. Record an audio note of yourself saying it over and over again. Write it down 10 or 100 times. Practice telling people how they can work with you. Record an audio note of yourself saying it over and over again. Write it down 10 or 100 times. Create a free presentation about something you're good at and share it so others can learn from you. Spend time writing or speaking about your ideal client or friend. Imagine them into existence. Go for a walk and look around. Take a drive and look around. Buy domain names for popular things you do and reroute them to your website. Reconsider what you really want to share. Reconsider who you really want to share with. Write yourself a theme song. Invest in a session with a healer or coach you admire. Put all your info and links in your email signature. Use a service like Flowdesk to set up a free download that you share with people who join your email list. Drink something warm and care for your voice. Make a list of people who do similar things as you and reach out to see if you can collaborate on something. Make a list of people who do way different things than you and reach out to see if you can collaborate on something. Make a media kit. Take new headshots or promo photos you love. Create a Discord or Slack server for your community. Launch a course on a searchable platform like Teachable or Skillshare. Host a game night or online trivia. Create a useful tool or template using a service like Notion or Airtable and send it to everyone you think might appreciate it. Chalk the sidewalk. Commission a mural. Write a guest post for a friend or colleague's blog. Film a commercial for TV or just for your website. Make a giant sign and hire a sign spinner or do it yourself. Reach out to one new person a day for a whole month. Reconnect with one person you already know each day for a whole month. Take a deep breath, then another one and another one. Actually do something or a lot of things on this list. And finally, write your own list of 100 ways to share. All right, friends, that was the list of 100 ways to share your work and life off social media. Again, you can download it for free in the Leaving Social Media Toolkit, which you can find at offthegrid.fun/toolkit, or you can read it at the end of my book, Your Attention is Sacred Except on Social Media. Whenever I feel stuck or limited or unsure of what to do next in my business or my personal life, if it has to do with relationships and feeling close to people, I go back to this list and I ask myself, what could I do from here now? There are 100 options, and I certainly haven't done all of them, although I am considering putting up a billboard for my book, which would be a very fun one to mark off of the list for me personally. But again, remember that it's not a to-do list, it's a dessert cart, and it's an invitation into expansive visionary practice and remembering that social media is not the answer to everything. Whether you are on the apps or not, there are so many other ways to connect with your community and your customers or clients. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode today. And until next time, I will see you off the grid. Thanks for listening to Off the Grid. Don't forget to grab your free Leaving Social Media toolkit at offthegrid.fun/toolkit. This podcast is a Softer Sounds production. Our music is by Melissa Caitlin Carter of Making Audio Magic, and our logo is by Natelier Studio. I'm your host, Amelia Ruby, and until next time, I'll see you off the grid and on the interweb.
Let's go off the grid. Okay. Let's go